Our town was built on secrets. Secrets that the land had been hiding for centuries. Secrets that some people still want to hide today. I never understood why until I found this box in my grandmother's attic. I grew up hearing stories about the strange things that happened around here. Whispers of a shadow person that haunted the old mill. Stories of eerie lights that could be seen dancing in the marsh at night. Legends of a ghostly woman who roamed the streets, never speaking, always weeping. Some of the townspeople even claimed that there were bodies buried beneath the very streets we walked on, bodies of people who had vanished without a trace. But everyone else just brushed it off as an overactive imagination. That is until now. The other day, while cleaning out my grandmother's attic, I found this wooden box tucked away in a cobweb-filled corner. It was clearly old, probably from the early 1900s, and the brass hinges and lock were heavily rusted. I pried it open and found a stack of yellowed letters tied together with a faded ribbon. The handwriting was my grandmother's, her thoughts recorded in neat looping script. These letters, they were diaries. Diaries that detailed the unsettling truth about our seemingly idyllic town. The first entry was dated June 1908. "Today," she wrote, "I met a new patient. His name is Edward, or Ned as he prefers. He's come to town looking for answers, hoping I can help him find his sister Mary. She disappeared 3 weeks ago, and the police have found no trace of her. Everyone assumes she's run off with one of the mill workers, but Ned knows his sister better than anyone. He says she would never do such a thing. He says there's something sinister at work here." My grandmother was a doctor, one of the few female physicians in a time when that was unheard of. She treated the townspeople for their ailments and delivered babies when the need arose. But she also kept secrets for them, dark secrets that tarnished the town's image of itself. Secrets like the sudden disappearances. Over the years, almost 20 people had vanished without a trace, most of them young women. The police called them runaways, but many of the townspeople suspected foul play. They just didn't know what to do about it. That was my grandmother's job. She listened to their fears, their suspicions, their stories. And in her diary, she recorded every detail, every rumor, every sighting, creating a timeline of terror that connected all of these missing persons. She saw patterns where others saw chaos. She noticed that most of the victims had been in the mill or on the marsh at the time of their disappearance, suggesting that both places somehow played a role in the crime. She wanted to investigate further, but she needed proof, something tangible to show the police, something they couldn't just dismiss as a wild goose chase. But how do you prove the existence of something that goes bump in the night? As if summoned by my grandmother's words, a scratching sound came from the floor above me. It sounded like claws on wood, dragging metal moans. Then silence. I stood up, my heart pounding in my chest, and slowly climbed the stairs. Whatever made that noise was gone. I continued exploring the attic, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I found more diaries, dozens of them, each detailing more disappearances, more theories, more rumors. But the most recent entry was from July 1911. "It has been 3 years since Mary disappeared," she wrote, "and still no trace of her has been found. I've given up on solving this case. It's hopeless. Besides, this town, it's not ready to hear the truth. They'd rather live in ignorance than face the darkness that lurks in their midst. I won't stop searching, though. For Mary, for justice. No matter how dark it gets, the light will always shine through." And then there was nothing, no more entries after that. My grandmother vanished along with the rest of them. Did she find the truth? What did she discover in those dark, dusty corners that they didn't want her to see? I don't know. All I do know is that I feel her presence here in this house, watching me, waiting for me to carry on her work. The scratching sound came again, louder this time, and the floorboards above me creaked. I felt a cold spot suddenly appear where moments before there had been none. A draft, perhaps, or maybe, just maybe, the ghost of my grandmother's attic. Do you believe me? Do you think there are things in our world that go bump in the night? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this scary story, be sure to stay tuned for more spine-chilling tales. And if you want to support my work, please consider becoming a member. Until then, sweet dreams.